All right, everybody, this is Nash here, and the Texas Longhorns just defeated Rice 37-10. Now, Alabama is coming up next, and we're going to need every available member on that defense. And we're going to be talking about three members of the defense specifically here today, and those are all going to be freshmen. So, without further ado, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment down below your thoughts on the three freshmen that I'm about to list. And it should be no surprise who I'm about to list. I'm talking about Anthony Hill Jr., Malik Muhammad, and Derek Williams Jr. These dudes were absolute studs for Texas, okay? They all now granted, some of this is due to, getting the backups, a lot of reps at the end of the game. But these were all dudes who had over 20 snaps in the game. The lowest was Anthony Hill at 22, and he was a guy that played with the starters. We'll go one by one with these players, but these players not only did enough versus Rice to inspire confidence in their future, but inspire confidence in their immediate future, including Alabama. Like, for example, Malik Muhammad. And why not just start with Malik Muhammad? We'll start off there. So, Malik Muhammad in the spring game. I've been telling everybody up and down the mountain, whatever analogy you want to use, whatever. I've been going around and saying, hey, look, it is very hard to cover Xavier Worthy. I haven't seen many college defensive backs be able to cover Xavier Worthy. Malik Muhammad is able to stay on that dude's hip. And that's hard. And he showed that again yesterday. Now, the Rice wide receivers are not the level of Xavier Worthy. But this is not just a practice thing. This isn't just when the lights came on, he performed just like he did before. And this is something that you want to see. He was also one of the top tacklers on the team with 5 tackles, all solo, leading the team in solo tackles. He had 2 stops where he caused a failure for the defense, or for the offense, for the opposing offense. Everybody saw C.J. Vogel's tweet where he goes and he says, hey, it's not often you see a freshman come in and do this. And that, you know what? It's not often that you see a freshman come in and be that physical. That's 100% true. But it's also not often to see, it's not just him too. It's really all these guys, but specifically with Malik Muhammad, the mental side. I mean, there were times where you could see, hey, like, there was one play specifically where he goes out and there's almost like swarming to the ball, and there is that. But he actually kind of recognized that there was enough defenders to get that tackle. And if for some reason that guy breaks away, there's no one on the other side. There's no one in between them, that group, that mass of humanity in the end zone. He goes and places himself there. It's these little tiny things that you pay attention. If you just watch his game, just watch him. And actually, this is a great shout out for my Patreon channel. I just started a Patreon channel. I'm going to be doing every single snap. Right now, Anthony Hill is up there. I plan to have the other 2 up there by noon tomorrow. So, I will have Malik Muhammad, Anthony Hill, and Derek Williams Jr. on my Patreon page. I'll drop the link in the description now. And any of my Patreon members, y'all get to choose what play. Like y'all just comment down below after I get done with the video. Say, hey, this player next. Boom, I'll do it. But so back to Malik Muhammad. Covering really well. A physical tackler. That, like, showing the cerebral side of football, like the mental side. This is not what you're supposed to get out of a freshman. And then, like I said, a physical tackler. Keep in mind, physical. We're talking about a defensive back that's 6 foot, 181 pounds. He's not, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. I'm not criticizing the man. But he's not a big, beefy dude. But at the same time, you watch your mouth because he will come and hit you. So don't be thinking it's slight like that. But moving on to Derek Williams Jr., I thought Derek Williams Jr. showed a ton of athleticism. Very similar to Malik. Like I said, all these dudes really showed great mental, like things that you want to see mentally. They looked like I don't know the exact assignments. I'm not going to try and pretend to. But from what, you know, from what my brain could process, from what my eyes were feeding me, it looked like they were doing the correct thing. I did not see, there was maybe one or two times that, maybe they guy here or there maybe made a mistake. But that's all fixable. Especially when you're talking about like a Malik Muhammad making that play. There was another one where there was an end around, and he doesn't chase the end around. He stays and he's responsible in case it's a double fake. And who knows if he doesn't stay right there, maybe they do the double fake. Maybe they're reading Malik Muhammad. Well, that's a good read. Yeah. So Derek Williams Jr., defensive back, really safety, but I mean, dude was doing well in coverage. Targeted once, and Malik Muhammad, the PFF has him targeted 3 times. I believe it's 2. Could be 3. One of those guys could have been a responsibility. This is what I'm saying. I'm not going to try and pretend to know the responsibility or not. But I'm going with 2 targets, 1 reception. And that 1 reception, he was on the dude's hip. So, hey, I'll give it to you. And he didn't get the PBU on the first one, but if you saw the replay of that one, man, that hand was close. That hand was close. He's a very good coverage cornerback. So going, back. This third time going to Derek Williams now. Derek Williams, another physical, fast. This I said this. I walked away really impressive. I walked away really impressed with Derek Williams at the Rice game. You're seeing him swarming the ball. He's covering well, and he's moving with the purpose. This is the type of guy that you'll see him he's on a second level. And he's outmaneuvering people that are at the linebacker spot. Now, they got bodies to deal with, but he's getting to the ball and he's getting there hurry. He's getting there in a hurry. He's not messing around. I think this is a dude that could end up being a starter for the University of Texas before Oklahoma. He's I was that impressed early on with him. The PFF grades, I don't really pay too much about PFF grades. I like using the stats. But PFF grades are all good for what it's worth. Tackling, 78.2. Coverage, 71.6. 65.6. 72.0. And those are all green numbers. And they're all this is where I'm not really about PFF coverage because he had 1 target, 0 receptions. He did a good job covering. It's if you watch Nino's video from earlier today, when you don't hear the defensive back or cornerback's name, it's like the offensive line. They're probably doing a good job. The fact that you know DJ Campbell's name, I'm Jake Major's name, Hayden Connor's name, the fact that you know those 3, they didn't have a good game on Saturday. You heard their name frequently. That's not a good thing. You don't ever want to hear Christian Jones had a great game. You hear his name often? No, you didn't. But so Derek Williams, another guy, 6'2", 191 pounds. He's got this is a dude that after an off-season program, I think really next year, he could I'm already high on him now. But you add on just a little bit of weight where you don't sacrifice that speed. Whew. That is going to be a nasty defensive back, and I genuinely feel sorry for the future football players that have to deal with him on the other side. It's just not fair. And then moving on to Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker. These are guys that we're going to need. We're going to need these dudes. Anthony Hill was all over the field. The tackling grade, 35.7. This is where I don't really care that much about tackling. He did have a missed tackle, but overall, the level of production that the disruption that he caused, he got to the quarterback multiple times. forcing them out of the pocket. Like I said, you can go check out his every play right now. And not every play, every snap. Every single snap, I have a little highlight on him. I'll drop a little teaser right here of like what it looks like at the beginning of the play. But this is a dude 6'3", 234 pounds. He's got the size. He's got the athleticism. This is another really good football player that ultimately, I mean, I cannot get over enough how impressed with these freshmen that I was. Yeah, I mean, he was all over the field, flying all over the field, covering well. And that's the other thing. This is covering well. You got a cornerback covering well. You got a safety covering well. You got a linebacker covering well. What next? You know what? I might look at the Chris Ross every play and see Chris Ross out there covering well. This is the stuff that you want to see. This stuff that you need to see, especially with Alabama coming up week 2 on the ticker. Watching the Clemson Duke game over here, but yeah, we're gonna need this. This is, like I said, great stuff to see. Go tune into the Patreon. I'm gonna link in the description again. Go check out some of these every play and go every snaps, and really get yourself acclimated with these freshmen because they're gonna be good and they're gonna be good for a while. So, hope you all have a great day. Enjoy the Kool-Aid. Hook 'em!